Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Monday night live stream. I'm your host, Sir Ashley. And on this channel, we talk about real estate, financial news, talk about finances, and we talk about the greater Charlotte area. And today we're going to touch on a little bit of all those things, as well as what's on everybody's mind, the election. I have my partner with me tonight. You might not recognize her because
What?
because she has clothes on today.
You need
You
help.
might not know who this is. Let me introduce her. This is Ambernique. This is not her twin or anything like that. This is Ambernique. She does come with us, like she attends this regularly every week, but you might see a hoodie, you might see some whatnot. She's got lipstick on today. Like who is this woman? Who
How
is
was
this
how
woman?
was today? Hey everybody.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't that's why I'm not doing this. I'm announcing today I'm quitting the podcast. I'm done. I'm done.
Nah. Well, welcome. Uh, so what's on everybody's mind? I know it's been on my mind most of the today. Well, we were in like a 3 hour meeting earlier today. Aside from the 3 hour meeting, um, it's been on my mind is this election.
It's on your minds, it's on everybody's mind. What's up, real estate, Danny? So over the weekend, Danny and I rode to Greensboro together, and he heard me on the phone with my client, like who was adamant that he wanted to wait on the election to purchase his home, because of the $25,000, that Kamala has been, talking about. And we were going back and forth with this about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, mind you, he's VA,
Oh,
doesn't have a down payment, so I'm not even sure why that was, his thing.
yeah.
But yeah, he was like really adamant. Well, I don't want to do anything because I might miss out. And I just was advising him that you're not missing out on anything. He Now, granted, he took advantage of a DR Horton 3.99% interest rate. They're giving him 10,000 in closing costs, so he's going to walk away with the check as well.
Yeah.
Um, why was he worried about this 25,000? I'm not sure. And I love to explain to people that if she wins, if the 25,000 is granted, nothing is free.
Well,
So
with that said, right? Before we get all into it, I'm awful at this YouTube thing. One would think I'm a little better at it by now. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the page, allow people to come on and share this with friends, family, colleague. We're talking about the housing market. We're talking about finances. We're talking about, oh man, this election and how it has everybody on edge, on just people waiting. That's all I've been hearing for the past 2 months about people waiting for the election and talking about this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Well, regarding what you were just talking about is no matter who wins, right? Like you still have other branches of government. Like the House and Senate still has to be in one accord to be able to get that bill passed through for the president to sign off on it. So it doesn't matter if uh, Kamala wins if she can't get that proposal, because that's all it is a proposal through the House and through the Senate. So that 25,000 could never ever appear. And even if she wins all three, right? She has all three branches.
Mhm.
There's no guarantee when it will pass. If she's really going to push it, like, and this is not talking about just her, but any politician, right? How many times have we heard from local, national politicians that we plan on X, Y, and Z, but once you get into office, it's a
it's
lot
totally different.
harder than like, oh, I have this plan. It's a lot harder to get things passed. That's why, not to get too political, but why it was such historic feat with Obamacare, the healthcare, affordable healthcare, because that was a plan, but he actually got it implemented, and it impacts millions upon millions of us Americans, and that was something that no other administration was able to do. So just because people have all these plans and promises doesn't mean it's going to happen.
But then, I get what you're saying, but some people are really like waiting, like, I need to see what the election does. I'm like, No, you don't.
Yeah.
Like you don't. You're letting opportunities, and even one of my team members just recently had the same thing happen. And this client passed up on the 321, the .99, talking about the election and
Well, hold
different
on.
things.
Why didn't I know about this? How I could have got on and jumped on a phone call. What happened? Oh man. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. That is disappointing. Okay. So it's one of those things to where we talk about finances, talk about the housing market, and everybody's journey is different. Do not base what your plans are on what's happening in the outside world. I want you to live in a bubble to where when it's right for you, move forward. Because there's programs available right now that people aren't taking advantage of. There's something in Gaston County, $25,000, correct?
That's correct.
People aren't taking advantage of. So what makes you think that, oh, this person is now in office, now everybody's going to take advantage of some $25,000 grant? No, there's grants available right now. So I just think it's going to
People just
turn out to
have
be.
this, to be honest with you. And when they start to just, be real and honest with themselves about what that is and what that looks like,
Mhm.
then, they'll be in a better situation. And some people try to please family, friends, and things like that. But you have to be honest with yourself. Is home ownership for me? And if it's for me, you don't have to talk to Sally, Sue, Jane, nobody about it, because you're going to be the only one paying those bills.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, and another thing I would say is, I mean, that's honestly got truth. But another thing to say, and this has rubbed people the wrong way when I've said it to my own family at times, is I'm looking at your situation. I don't want those results. So why would I take your advice?
That's true.
I mean, like I'm gonna take advice to now. I'm not discrediting experience as a educator and learning from other people's experience, but if you're coming to somebody about a housing question and finance or whatever and all that, like if it's a good time, does this person have a portfolio? Do they own their home? How many homes do they own? How are their finances? What is their credit score like? Like get wise counsel from wise people in
Yeah.
that aspect. Now, I'm not saying people don't have different expertises of wisdom where, my brother, I would ask him about HVAC. That's what he does. He is a manly man. I am not. Like if I need to do something, like it's construction wise, he is it. Now, if it's electronics or something like that, that's me. So it's just one of those things. Be careful who you're seeking advice from and who you're sharing potential blessings with, because not everybody that
Wants
is
to
for
wish you
you.
and wants to see
Yeah.
you achieve a goal either that they haven't achieved. And
Mhm.
some people may have achieved that goal, but they may be envious of you and they don't want you to achieve that same goal, because now they think that, oh, we on playing field and different things like that. Like, keep it to yourself.
People, I read this had to be over a year ago. People want other people to do well, just not better than them.
Correct.
Right? So they can want this, and this, and they can want the best for you. But then when they see that you're on that path and actually going to obtain it or have the possibility to obtain it, then every reason why this is not a good idea or why this shouldn't be. Now, we just came from an event, and I want to know, we haven't talked about this, right? But we learned about the financing and various things like that as far as buying a home and what is a better option right now presently, because rates right now are in the sevens, almost
7.125.
yeah, 7.125. So now let me put it in perspective, because again, I had people angry at me a couple weeks ago. Is yes, historically 50-year average, we're right on pace, a little higher than historical norm over the last 50 years. But we all know we live in a recency bias type of world and society. And 7.1, according when compared to the last few years, is significantly higher. And it's definitely can be felt in people's paycheck and wallets. Right. But there's ways in which, Crystal, what's going on? How you doing? You
Hey,
see, look at
Crystal.
your Gaston County Representative Amber Neek. She decided to dress up tonight, Crystal. But we are bringing away. Well, I have a question. This is the question I have. I wanted to preface it. Is they presented an arm as an option to get into a home to make it affordable. Now we can get into the particulars of it and everything, but as a whole, whenever I heard the word ARM or the acronym ARM, adjustable rate mortgage, based on what happened in the great financial crisis, it had a bad connotation. Like that is of the devil. It's the worst thing ever. It caused all the foreclosures, right? When in actuality, many people just weren't educated regarding their finances. They weren't educated as far as what they actually were signing to get into. And if we're being honest, a lot of people that bought a home couldn't afford it to begin with. So they should not have been able to get approved for that loan. Right? Crystal saying, looking cute. I appreciate you dressing up for me. Here we
Crystal,
go.
you are so welcome. Crystal, we have to meet. You're in Gastonia. I'm right there in Bessemer City.
Yeah.
We'll just beat Sir up and we have to meet.
All right. There's a couple of communities we can meet at. I went to one, the Lennar community in Bessemer City. Is it Creekside?
And you didn't call me?
Why would I call you?
Why are you in my neighborhood?
Creekside. But so ARMS. When I first heard ARMS, when I heard ARMS nowadays, I think of negative connotations. However, do you want to share about the product that was presented to us and how it could actually help people save up to $500 a month in payments?
Yes.
You sure?
So,
I can get in. I can dive in.
I left my
You
notes.
had the questions. You had the questions.
No, so listen, I did. I had a ton of questions, right? Because even myself, I wasn't educated on ARMS enough.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I've closed with State Employees Credit Union with a few of my clients, and that's what they offer is the adjustable rate mortgage, a 5/1, so 5 years.
So it's fixed for 5 years.
Fixed for 5 years.
And then after 5 years, it can adjust every year, up or down, right? Many people think just here like it's going to adjust and they think up, but it can adjust up or down every year after that. But you get it fixed for 5 years.
But it's also when it adjusts up, correct me if I'm incorrect, it's 1 point. And it has a cap, which I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So, the adjustable rate mortgage had this stigma, and I'm one of those people. Yeah, like, no, I don't advise my clients to do an adjustable rate mortgage, but actually, them diving into it today to where it can save the client $400 to $500 monthly. Like that's amazing, and that's game changer. And us being realtors, we learn every day, and that's something that we were ignorant to. Well, I know I was for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't throw me in your bus right now.
You was too.
No.
When the last time one of your clients used an ARM?
They didn't need to use an ARM because there were so many 2-1 buy downs.
Before that,
I had investors that typically use ARMs.
Right. So, but none of your.
The reason why I say investors is because investors are typically hip and know money and finances and how to leverage what is going on in society to their benefit.
So again, we were ignorant to the fact of educating and allowing our first-time home buyers, our move-up buyers, utilize the program.
Yeah.
See, I cut it when I get dressed. You see how I act?
Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So as always, leave any comments or questions in the chat. I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Thank you. If you're not familiar with me right now, because she looks brand new, this is Amber Neek. She comes on the live stream every week.
Looking homeless.
With a hat on and everything. Now look at her. Went to an appointment today and she's all done up. Okay. But the ARM in this case is a 5-year fix.
Mhm.
Now this is with a builder, right? But you can credit unions, banks, and all that. Everybody has a product that has an ARM, adjustable rate mortgage. But this one in particular, with the builder, that's fixed for 5 years and can adjust every year after that. Now it could adjust a whole point every year, right? But I say every year, but you have a cap. So this one was a 4.875 or something like that.
4.88.
4.88 fixed for 5 years. And then after that, it can go up. And we didn't get in particulars as far as what the cap is, but typically when you're talking about ARM, it might only can go up like 2 to 3 points during the life of that ARM. So let's say you start at 4.88. The highest you can probably get is this is hypothetical right here, 7.88, 6.88, depending on the program, which if you look at it compared to today's rates right now, even if the cap is 6.88, the going rate right now is 7.125. Right. So you're still coming in less. And again, we don't have crystal balls. We don't know exactly what's happening, what's going to happen in the future. In 5 years, the chances and probability of you refinancing is going to be great. Right. You're going to be able to refinance in those 5 years. So you can utilize that to lock in the 4.88 interest rate. And yes, is it a gamble? We talked about it earlier today. It is a gamble, but renting is a gamble too.
Yes.
Right? Because you may lock it in this month or this year, but next year, especially in the Charlotte area and major metropolitan areas where you have a high demand, that's going to go up. And then a year after that, it's going to go up. So you got an adjustable rate rent. If you look at it, if you think about it, this way you at least get to lock in your payment, your mortgage principal and insurance payment for your mortgage for 5 years. Go ahead, Amber.
I was going to say, but not only that, isn't the average that we find people are selling is what, around 5 to 7 years?
So historically, yes, but so I'm glad you pointed that out because they mentioned that earlier, and historically, like right around that range. But what we're seeing right now, and it could change if interest rates come down and all that. But what we're seeing right now and what they're anticipating is because so many people locked in the 2, 3s, 4s, that more people will stay in there longer to take advantage of that 2, 3, 4% rate. Now, obviously, time will tell, but based on the lack of homes coming to the market even presently, that's what they're anticipating. Because right now we are at the news report came out last week, maybe a week and a half ago, that we're at the lowest pace of resale homes, existing home sales, since what, 1995? So as far as we sold more, but as far as pace of sale for existing home sales is the lowest since 1995. So less homes are coming to the market as far as existing homes. Now there are new construction homes coming to the market and everything like that, but based on that stat, that's showing me that, people that own a home aren't listing it as frequently because we don't have as much inventory on the market.
And then also, I feel like people aren't listing, who did not buy in that, COVID time frame, right? Just out of fear, to be honest with you. Like
no, out of fear then, but also people aren't buying now or haven't bought before the election out of the same fear.
Mm-hmm.
Like because of what's happening in the world around us and the uncertainty, people are paralyzed to act. And if that's the case, like we shouldn't do anything because nothing's just given, nothing's a certain. As far as a certainty, like I mean, I got in an accident a couple weeks ago. Like I just thought I was going home. It's not a certainty that I'm going to make it home tonight. Lord willing.
That's not certainty of anyone.
Exactly. Well,
You know?
willing, yes. But as far as people want a certainty regarding the housing market, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, or what about COVID rates? Is it going to come down further than 3%? Like who is advising those people? Sound like an owl. Who's advising those people? And it's like, oh, I'm gonna wait until these rates come down even further, and they're at 3. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. We have a
Yeah.
question. What are the benefits of refinancing a home?
You want to take it, or you want me to take it?
I got it. So, a couple reasons why somebody will refinance a home. One, you can refinance into a lower interest rate, meaning make your monthly principal and interest payment less than what it presently is. So you can refinance. Let's say you bought a home in the last year and a half, 2 years, and you're at a 7%, even high sixes, and you can refinance in the fours or even mid fives and save 200 to what 300, 350, 200 to $350 a month. Then I see people refinancing for that. Or I've seen the benefit is you have another benefit is you have a lot of people that have been in their home for, let's say, 5+ years, and they have a ton of equity. Now, yes, they may have a lower interest rate, right? But they have a ton of equity, but they can't obtain that equity. Like, a lot of people say I have a lot of equity, but is that tangible? Can you do anything with it? Well, if you refinance, you can refinance and pull some of that money out and use it for other things. Now, the downside of that is you probably will not be able to, you will not have that same extremely low interest rate. But the benefit is you had $200,000-300,000 worth of equity, and now you have access to that, and you can deploy those funds, that capital, elsewhere to either hopefully make a greater return on that investment than it just was sitting in, in to where it's not actual money. Hope that answered your question, Elizabeth. If I didn't, please let me know in the comment section. Vivian, what's going on? Tuning in from Jersey City. Greetings, Barbara. I don't know what happened to Ambernique. I heard her leave for a second, so she'll be back. Dory Scott, this election has us exhausted. I totally agree. Only thing I will say is there's one more day. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Encourage everybody to vote, and don't just vote for the presidential election. Like, the local elections is what matter, in my opinion, the most. So make sure you educate yourself and vote in the local elections as well as the presidential election. One more day. Hopefully one more day. Because last cycle, we didn't know for like a couple days, maybe even a week. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Who won, right? But it does have us all exhausted. What's going on? Stay safe, everyone. Most definitely. How you been, brother? One more day left for the I've been getting blown up with text, most definitely. I've been getting blown up. Where are we at here? Here we go. Elizabeth, thank you. I'm glad it was clear. Which candidate could lower interest rate? See, the thing is, it's not up to the candidate. It's really not. There's so many different factors as far as what interest rates is happening regarding interest rates. You have employment. So the Federal Reserve, they have two mandates: stable employment, stable pricing. Right. Right now we're at like 4.1% unemployment, and that's very good historically. So they met that. Stable pricing, if you've been looking at the inflation data, we're near the projected target of 2%. I think it was like the last reading was like 2.1. So we're close. However, what we are also seeing is horrific job numbers. where they anticipate the economy growing X amount percent or jobs being increased by X amount, but find out that it drastically missed the mark recently, and that turned the market into a tailspin. And that's why you've seen rates go up higher and higher and higher. Welcome back. Welcome back. But that's why you've seen rates go higher and higher and higher, just because of other economic data. And so it's not up to a candidate as far as who's going to lower the interest rate. A lot of people talked about Trump when they first came into office, how the economy is doing great. But you have to understand that policies take time to enact, right? So if we just, I'm not trying to be biased here, but if you just look at what happened, we had 8 years, and this happens. Look at history, please. I don't want to seem like I'm pushing one side or another, but what happens is you have the Republicans, who I can't really say conservative because I found myself being economically conservative. I can't say Republicans are that right now, but they get in office and they do things with the budget and different things like that, and the economy goes to the tank. This is the past 4 presidencies, the presidents. And then you have a Democrat come in, put in policies, and the economy turns around. And then the Democrat gets voted out, Obama. He didn't get voted out. He served 8 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Republican took over with a great economy and then takes credit for it. Right? And then their policies get enacted again because it takes a while. And then you see that it has negative results, and now everybody's mad about inflation when these are Trump policies, because it takes a while for things to go through the system
and circulate through.
So it's just one of those things that if you just, again, pay attention, everyone, don't listen to all the spin and everything like that. And like, you have to ask yourself, like, am I better off now than I was then? But why? Like, what did they do to actually help better my position? Or are they just taking credit for different things? Like, what policies can you attribute to that candidate or to that politician to helping you? That's all I'm saying. What do you know about rent-to-own properties? I'm glad you asked. Hold on. We actually brought somebody on talking about rent-to-own communities here in the greater Charlotte area, where it is brand new construction. You get to buy it today, lock in the price today, but you will rent it for at least 2 years. But you're locking in today's price. And during that 2 years, typically people choose rent to own because of credit challenges or down payment challenges. You're partnered with a financial counselor to be able to get on track with credit and your finances. So in 2 years, you'll have the down payment and you will have the credit to where you can buy it at 2024 pricing.
That's not true.
Which is a win-win. What's up?
That's not true. So with rent to own, you're not buying it at today's prices.
Oh, no.
You're buying it, I believe it's 3 to 5% above the appraisal value when they appraise it again.
So that's for traditional rent to own. I'm trying to pull it up. I have a website for it and all that.
Which one?
I'll send it to you. I'll probably put it on here. I'm about to go in the background. You talk about the traditional rent to own, which you were 100% correct with.
So we'll wait to see which program Sir is talking about. But with rent to own, I advise my clients, if you're able to buy traditionally, I would advise doing so, because rent to own, you end up paying more for the home. So your monthly payment is going to be a little bit higher. With most programs, you're paying the rent and you're also doing what's called forced save. So they pack in about I would say $200 to $400 into the payment. They're putting that aside for you to build up your savings, but you're still paying the rent. And when it comes that time, so as Sir stated, you're getting a financial counselor. If that's needed, if you have things on your profile that you need to take care of. But at the end of it, at the end of those 2 years, they're going to get the house appraised. And let's just say the home appraises at 350,000, but you originally purchased the property at 315,000. So now you're having to buy that property at 3 to 5% above 350,000. So if I have a client who says, "Hey, I want to rent to own," we're going to dive deep into see if that's the best option for them, because some people, that is the better option, because with rent to own, you only need 1 year of tax returns. While you're in the property, you're getting that second year of tax returns and employment. So you're building up for home ownership. You're working on credit, because there are some of them that'll take you as low as a 480 credit score. So if that's something that you absolutely need, then I would say yes, go for it. But if you can qualify traditionally, I would highly go against rent to own, because you're paying more for the property. You're renting it for 2 years and you're paying 3 to 5% above the appraisal value. Did that answer your question, Barbara? And are there any other questions? And while we're still waiting for Sir to come back, let's just do some math real quick. So on a $350,000 house, 3% above the appraised value, that's an additional 10,500.
All right, here we go. So that is a traditional rent to own option. And I don't believe that is wise for a lot of people, in my opinion, the traditional rent to own, because then let's say you don't make a payment and they have to quote unquote evict you or foreclose on you. It gets very tricky and it gets very cumbersome, because a portion of your monthly payment is supposed to be going toward the owning portion of it. Right. So it gets like, is it an eviction or is it a foreclosure? And it can take a lot of time and money, right? So that's why I don't like it the traditional way. But we had,
Have you seen one of their? Because I used to do a lot with Landis, and they were pretty similar to this, but it's
yeah,
in the contract and it's in the fine print.
yeah.
So
So I've actually, Danny, he can comment on this if he's watching still. He actually had a client that went through this program with Pathways, where they're able to brand new construction home in the Charlotte area. Now it's on the outskirts. It's not in Charlotte proper, although they did have some homes in Charlotte, but as of right now, I don't believe that's the case. Where the traditional way is there's new construction and you get in at the price of today's home. You lock it in, you agree on whatever the rental rate is, but then in 2 years, you buy it at the current rate. I mean, at the rate that you locked it in. So it's just
that's amazing. I have to look into this.
Yeah.
So as far as do you know what the monthly payment? Are they putting any of it aside for? Okay.
No,
So
so they're not doing any. It's one of those things to where it's not a rent to own in the sense of, like we talked about it, like you just said, whereas a portion goes of your monthly payment goes toward the buying or the down payment, whatever it may be. No, this is a hybrid, almost like a lease with an option to buy. If that makes sense, to where you're leasing the property, you're locking in today's price with the option to buy it. Here it is. Danny's made a comment. It allows you to get today's price. If price continues to rise, then you get an amazing deal. It puts you on the right path to where you get to lock in the equity. Again, in the Charlotte area, prices are going up, and we foresee that happening as people come into the area. This allows you on a new construction home to lock in the price, rent it out for 2 years while you get your down payment and your credit together. And when you buy it, you may have 10 to 15,000, if not more, in equity, but yet you bought it. You're paying the price that you signed a contract for today. So again, different programs, Landis, Pathways, and then other rent to own have different options and solutions. My opinion is this is the best one because I've talked to Landis, I've talked to other programs, and I did not like how those were set up. I didn't think it put my client in the best position possible. I think this puts them in the best position possible because, hell, let's say you don't buy it. Let's just say you don't buy it. You still would have been paying rent for the last 2 years, right? And let's just say you have some challenges to where you buy it. Now you buy it, but you don't want to stay there. You want to move. Well, you can buy it, but you have $30,000, $40,000 worth of equity. You bought it at 2024 pricing, and you can go ahead and resell it and still make some money. Even if you have to move or something like that. So
now, if that's true, in fact, that is the great deal. But I have to call them and I have to drill them.
Ambernique, obviously, this is before we started our live stream every week, but she was on the channel earlier this year. I don't know exactly. It was in the springtime, I believe. But yeah, no, it is an amazing deal. I can put you in contact with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just like to ask. I just like to know.
Yeah. No, I'm with it. There's nothing wrong with knowing. And here we go. Can you believe we are getting to pack? Amen. Yes. So these are some clients of mine. They are coming here from New Jersey, New York area. So welcome. Come on down. I can't wait to get you down here, and let's solidify where we're actually going to be. And I did put a link to that Pathways program right here. If you wanted to learn about the rent to own option or lease with the option to buy is what it's technically is. But I like that better than the rent to own.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a really great program.
Now you see how I converted her, right? She was no.
I said it sounds like a great program if, in fact, the details are correct.
Yeah. It is correct. I had go back and watch it. People, I'm not even sure which video it is, but it was from earlier this year. It was a live stream. I asked these same exact questions because I get propositioned with different programs and all that, and a lot of them, in my opinion, are scams, and they don't put my client in the best position possible or potential client in the best position possible. So I don't even bring it to you all. This one passed all the tests and questions and everything I had for her. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, come on and share it to the public. And she did. And she answered everybody else's questions as well. So I'm definitely thankful for her for doing that and taking time out of her day, but it benefited her as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that sounds like a great option for people who are on the fence if that particular community works for them. Because it's like they're picking out a home, but they're not locked in, so that'd be a good option.
So what are some of the concerns or questions or fears that you've been hearing regarding this election and why people haven't been moving forward as far as buying?
Because people think that once on Wednesday, the rates are going to drop down to 2.5%.
Which isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen at all. I mean, again, it almost seems like, I know we sound like a broken record sometimes, but we are presenting you with options. They're still available, I believe, as of last week. I don't know, but I haven't talked to anybody this week. Maybe you talked to the Johnsons on Sunday. But
So,
that 0.99 is still available in certain communities, certain homes, right?
No.
No, okay.
I'll double check on that, but actually in D.R. Horton communities, I had a client circling a home for 2 weeks.
Yep.
He was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want it." But then when I told him, "Oh, somebody else is looking at that home," so we lost a multiple offer.
Yep.
Their 3.99 ended on yesterday when we went under contract, and he ended up getting a Nice corner lot, 2,800 square foot property. So yeah, so 3.99 is gone. They're at 4.99 right now.
Yep.
But we do have some other builders who are offering 3.875, I saw, and I believe they're about to go up to 4.875.
And that's
So
what people aren't understanding is they hear about these incentives and these rates and all that. They don't understand that they're not going to exist for forever. They're not. And reason why that those rates aren't going to exist forever is because they're offering that what 3.8 around there or even 0.99 when rates were, in the sixes where it didn't cost as much to get them down to the 3.8. Well, now they're in the sevens. So to spend that same amount of money, they only can bring them down to the fours, if not five.
mhm.
Right. So it's just one of those things to where it really pains me because I know I have several clients sitting on the fence or second guessing themselves and didn't know if they wanted to pull a trigger back in late September when rates went down. Like you could have got it like traditional something in the fives.
Yes, and even where they are right now,
Mhm.
at 4.99, that's still an
It's amazing. It's
amazing
amazing.
interest rate because they're giving 10,000 in closing costs.
Mhm.
We having some giving what the 4.875 and still giving you 6% closing costs.
Yeah.
So if these aren't wins and if these aren't options to combat every question that you have about purchasing right now,
I have
I don't know.
a builder offering a client. Maybe you mentioned this, but it's like 3.875 with 6% seller concessions. So you get the 3.875 with 6% back to do whatever you want to, whether it be pay your closing costs. You can pay your HOA fees for a year. You can just do different things with that money.
It's
And
flex cash.
it's flex cash. You're not, and I don't think people understand that that is not going to be around come December or January. Because if this coming year is anything like last year, when January came, all incentives went out the window.
And then also, those people that are sitting on the sidelines,
Mhm.
it kind of slipped my mind what I was going to say, but it slipped my mind.
Don't worry, she's
Oh,
getting
now
old.
I am. I'm like the oldest 32-year-old I know. But shoot, I'm about to curse. Oh,
You can curse. Go for it.
I don't curse no more. That's not in me.
She don't curse. She don't club. She look like she about to go to the club now. What you doing?
I
That's
don't.
not club. She about to go to a fancy. She got a date tonight. That's what it is.
I don't have a date, but oh my God, I forgot. I was like, oh, so people who are just thinking like, hey, rates are going to go down. I'm just waiting for this, this perfect opportunity. Now is the time to do so, even because we're always talking about new construction. New construction isn't for everybody. Even on a resale home, if that home is sitting in most of them, they're not flying off the shelves like they were on COVID 2, 3, 4 days. No, they're sitting longer. We're back to a normal market. You can still, while you don't have much competition, you submit your offer and you submit it with your terms. I need buyers to understand right now, you are the prize. The rates go down, you will not be the prize. So
Yeah.
now, even though you're purchasing a resale property with rates at 7.125, if you ask the seller, say, hey, if you're using FHA, you can still get up to 6% seller concession. We negotiate that. Now you buy down your rate, it's a great time.
Buying down your rate means you're going to get a rate, and depending on what you can get from in the concessions, anywhere in the sixes, fives or sixes, to where that will save you $200 to $300 every single month on your mortgage payment.
But on the flip side, what everybody's waiting on, if rates just go back to 5.5%, just for numbers, now you are in competition with others. So now you're going to be not only in a multiple offer situation, you're going to have to offer more, you're going to put up more due diligence, and you have tons of competition. So why not play now while you don't have any
So
competition?
the title of this live stream before you made me change it. It was will this housing market get worse before it gets better, or something with the election? And I think the housing market is going to get, as of this is what, the 4th of November, I think it's going to get worse. But that's a good thing for buyers right now. That's a good thing because you want other buyers to sit on the sideline. You want houses to sit stagnant on the market because that allows you to create deals, create win-win situations or win situations because you're not concerned about the other side. Create winning situations for you. Now, when the housing market is booming, the only person winning in those situations is the seller.
Absolutely.
Right? Like right now, when the housing market is depressed, that's when the buyers can win. And that's where I'm like, we have it twisted as far as I know a lot of people that watch are buyers. And I have a different marketing tool for sellers. But right now, this is when buyers should be taking advantage of it.
And then also investors. So new investors that aren't experienced and things like that. Right now, like you have to know your market. This isn't a fix and flip market. This is a buy and hold market. This is a time for you to build your portfolio. So we had a great conversation today with a builder and some lenders that they're offering, and I don't know of any other company that's doing it. Investors 9% towards closing costs.
Yeah,
You know how much that can help the cash flow?
most definitely. It'll make a non-cash flowing property be able to bring you. I think the minimum you should like minimum is $250 a month in cash flow. It can easily surpass that.
Hmm.
Right. So investors, I don't have to. I talk to investors all the time. Actually, I was talking to an investor while we were at the thing earlier today, and they're buying. They were putting in an offer. I was going over it with them. They're buying because they understand that they're the prize. That house is sitting. This person wants to sell, is motivated to sell. So I get to create a great deal for me that's going to increase my cash flow, increase my net worth, all because everybody else is sitting on the sideline. All right.
Yep.
Question is, so the Fed won't adjust rates for the rest of the year? I think they're going to adjust it. But one thing we have to understand is that's the federal funds rate. Even if they reduce it, what happened last time they reduced it?
Rates went up.
Interest rates went up. So just because they reduce it, the federal funds rate, doesn't mean mortgage rates are going to go down.
Mhm.
Because it's a pendulum, meaning if mortgage rates are going to do what the market says is going to do, whereas people are still buying, why would they have to decrease the rate?
But also the question is, do you think a 2.5% rate would be good right now? Even a 3% rate?
No. I think anything less than a 5.5 would be awful for the housing market. She's not used to drinking and having clothes on.
No.
I'm joking.
I think that's your water bottle that I stole out the refrigerator. It's so big.
That's what you get. That's what you get. You're a thief. So, but no, I think anything less than the 5.5 interest rate would be unhealthy for the housing market because I know personally, and this is me putting you, the viewer, in a position to win, because I know I have a board right here full of people that want to buy. They're sitting on the sideline to buy, and I know they're at like what 5.5 to 6%. And I know I have a board of people that want to buy. I'm not naive to think I'm the only one that has people that want to buy. Everybody and their mother is going to be having clients ready to hit the market when rates get below 6. And if that's the case, that's not benefiting you buyers out there because you're going to be going up against more competition and the price is going to go up and you're going to have to, in North Carolina, pay more due diligence deposit, which you're not getting back if you decide not to buy. And then you have to possibly pay more earnest money as well. So to put my clients in the best position, I'm advising them, just like I'm telling you right now, is it's best to move forward when there's less competition, when rates are where they are, and we can try to create a great deal to where you're getting the interest rate below 6%, as opposed to waiting for the normal mortgage rate to get under 6%. So
Yeah, no, I agree. So again, it's like we're beating a dead horse, right? So we say the same thing over and over again, and I don't know what it's going to take for people to understand. What do you think?
well, the thing is, this is what the people might come for me, is you have Gen X buying. They're buying. They're moving forward. It's the millennials and older generation that are like hesitant, not moving forward. They're like want everything to be perfect and everything like that. Maybe I have the generations wrong, but millennials and older are hesitant to move forward. Whereas the younger generation, I read an article recently, maybe I can pull it up, is they're buying homes and they're putting the older generations to shame because they're not. I'm not gonna say they're not adverse to risk, but the millennials and older are jaded by their parents going through the great financial crisis, which I'm not saying isn't real. My mom lost a house during that time, so I get it. However, we want things, and I say we because I'm a millennial, want everything to be perfect.
You are? No, I'm so serious. I'm sorry. No,
You know, I would have cursed you out if we weren't on live stream. I would have cursed you out. So we 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 want everything perfect. And we have to realize that it's not going to be perfect because the younger generation, they're going to act because the numbers make sense. The younger buyers that I work with, they have their spreadsheet, their Excel sheet, they know what they're doing, and they're like, it just makes sense based on what we're paying in rent. Like, no, let's do this right now.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, don't entertain her foolishness.
Don't entertain her. I really didn't know you were a millennial. Like, seriously.
Come on. All right. Where we at? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this article.
Can I see your ID?
I am 40 years old. I'm an upper millennial. I'm up there. Thank you, Mama. Yes, she played too damn much. Thank you. I'm up there, but I'm still meeting that threshold.
I'm just kidding. You know I gotta get on you.
Where are we at here? No, I don't have it up here.
What you looking for?
I was looking for, because I put up several articles. I was looking for that article that said that younger buyers are actually winning the housing market.
I mean, but even so, younger people are, not afraid to start businesses, not afraid to do a lot of things. They're, we are more risk takers. Unlike our geriatric counterparts.
All right, here we go. I think I have it. No, that's wrong. I can't pull it up. Any damn, Crystal. Damn. You posted you're on my side. You don't even know Ambernique. but yeah.
That's my Gaston County girly.
Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, any other questions, any other comments? I do believe I'll be relieved once this election is over with tomorrow. But I do believe the housing market will get worse. I believe interest rates will go higher. I believe existing home sales will still be at a standstill. And that will allow people that are actively in the market to buy to create great deals. Now, if you're sitting on the sideline waiting for a deal to happen, that's not going to happen. You're going to be waiting for a while.
Absolutely.
Actually, you're going to be waiting a long while.
Even in this market, so I would just say the last 2 months alone, how much do you think that you save clients? I want to say Uh,
Say that again. What was the question?
how much do you think that you save your clients in the last 2 months, 2 or 3 months alone, even with the higher interest rates?
Each client that have bought have saved at least $300 to $400 a month in their monthly payment.
Hmm.
So I mean, thousands of dollars every single year,
Yeah. And
right?
then,
And then even when rates come down, like we have it where let's say rates are at 7.1, right? Let's say
mhm,
rates come down to 5.5. They're still not going to refinance because they got a rate in 3.99. So not unless rates get to 4%, which I hope nobody on this live stream believes that mortgage interest rates normally are going to get to 4% or below, or even let's say mid fives or below anytime soon. Like, please don't be waiting for that because that's not going to happen.
mhm.
But yet we were able to get our clients in the past 2 months rates below 5.5%.
And I would say in the last 2 months, I was just trying to calculate. I think I've gotten clients almost 6 figures in seller concessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not a game out here. It's like the people who get it. And when you sit down, do the math, I literally had to take a client through this because he was so fixated on, I don't want a $400,000 house. I want a $350,000 house.
Yeah.
It was 355,000 to be exact, but it was at
Look at
the
the
seven
payments.
point
Yeah.
one two five.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The payments were lower on the house that was 409,000 with the lower interest rate. And he was just like, "Ooh, you for real?" That's how he talk. "You for real, Amber?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "You sure you just said it?" I said, "I promise you." I
And
said, "I care for my clients like I care about my mom." Listen, you care about me? I said, "I absolutely do." He was like, "Oh, because that last realtor I had, she ain't care nothing about." I said, "Well, you never work with me." Like, listen, I had Danny, Shaniqua, like they were listening to the conversation. Just like, he is a mess, and I'm just like, I love him to death, though. I
yeah.
love
No, and I actually was getting pushback a while ago when I told people, like when I made the statement, like people don't care about the price, they care about the monthly payment. And
him.
people were on the comments section saying, no, we care about price, care about price. But you didn't care about price when you bought that car. You care about that monthly payment, right? And it really is like, what is in your monthly budget to where if I can show you how to get that $400,000 house, because it's not, price isn't coming down. We haven't seen prices come down. We're still up 3% nationally on the year. Show you how to get that $400,000 home, but paid less monthly than you would on a $350,000 home. Come on now, it just makes sense.
So get what you drop the link. Like right there, you're supposed to just drop the link.
The Empower 50 link, just drop it.
Oh, yes. And then so Sunday we went out, we looked at the duplex. Ooh, why can't I don't know why I'm drooling today, like something wrong with me. A client is interested in purchasing it. So I'm going back out tomorrow to show it.
Very nice, very nice. We have a question, and before we leave, I know we're going on an hour. I want to. Do you want to show the video? Let me play it.
Yeah, let's play it.
Okay. Now this is a lengthy video though. We can play it. But
Let's
Vivian asked, we are
play
selling
it.
waterfront. The agent suggests that we put the house on for sale in January instead of waiting until spring due to extremely low inventory and waterfront homes. What do you think? What do you think, Ambernick? I know what I think.
So it says they're selling waterfront.
Yep.
There's low inventory for the
Yeah.
waterfront, but they're going to wait until January.
Yeah.
So for me, if you don't have any competition,
So their situation is unique. They have to wait till January. They can't sell it right now. These are my clients. They can't put it on the market right now because if it sells right now, they might not have anywhere to live.
so not because if they don't have any competition, I'm pretty sure you can negotiate a lease back or just
Yeah.
different things like that.
Mhm.
And that's only me. You know, everybody approaches things differently. But yeah, if it's no competition. There's no property like that. I would definitely negotiate a lease back or something to where you can sell the home now, get your proceeds, lease it back, and it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's just one of those things to where, like, being familiar with the market and being comfortable with the market, and realizing it's just the unknown. Again, the unknown is always the uncertainty. And my thing is with the lease back with the unknown is, if there's multiple offers, you may be able to get the lease back like for free, whereas like it's already included in that offer to where you're not paying anything like monthly. You're not really paying anything for the lease. Um, However, I also had lease backs where you're paying more than what the rent would be if you had rented that out. It's all about negotiation, right? It's all about negotiation. But regardless of this, I would do it sooner. Like, I would take your agent's advice. Do not wait till the spring season. If there's low inventory, I would not wait till the spring season, because if you're anything like the Charlotte area, people were waiting, and then homes started going on the market in February and in March, to where you thought you had an advantage, to where you were one of one, and now you're one of three, because everybody had that same mindset.
Yep.
So I would wait. I would do sooner than later, but I would not wait until spring.
And she's asking, what is a lease back? So a lease back is you're getting the property under contract. You go through closing and you just rent it back from the new owners. And in some instances, like Sir said, if it's multiple offers, you can say, hey, we got this offer here. You let us get it rent free for 2 months, or it just depends on the loan type, but a few months back for free, so that way you're still living in the house and you have time to make your transition to the Carolinas.
Most definitely. So I'm trying to find this video. I know I sent you the link, didn't I?
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't wait. It's in the Google Drive.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not. I mean, I made it on this computer. I don't know why it's not on this computer. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry.
You want me to resend it to you?
You gonna airdrop it?
Well, it airdrop and you're all the way on the other side.
I don't know. I'm pulling up on my computer.
Yeah, I just sent it. And Barbara said, thank you too so much for sharing the truth versus the lies. You are so welcome, Barbara. I tell people all the time, I only know how to be one way. And that's
annoying. That's the way she knows how to be.
And transparent. They were in Greensboro talking about the way I say construction.
Because you can't say it correctly.
I still don't get it. I don't know. I guess I just have to keep practicing. Construction. How do you say it? Like, seriously. I'm so serious.
Construction. You put a hard S. You got a hard S on there.
Construction.
I don't know about all that. Hold on.
Construction.
Okay.
Be quiet, Danny.
All right, here we go. I'm about to pull it up.
Barbara, I thought we were better than that.
Present, screen share.
And this was at a new construction.
All right. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Morning. So today we are out at a duplex opportunity out in Kings Mountain, where you're 12 minutes from the casino and about 15 minutes from the winery.
Now, each side is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just under 1,500 square feet. Now, the asking price is $480, but
I think they're motivated.
They're motivated. We can play around a little bit. Let's turn the camera around. Let's go inside. Now, each unit will look exactly the same. Remember, this is a new construction home, so there will be paint touch-ups and things that need to be taken care of that will be taken care of.
Yes.
Before the home gets sold. So keep that in mind. So here we are. Duplex right in Kings Mountain. And you see where there's a driveway right here on either side. What's the plans?
So the plans, when I spoke to the sellers, they're planning in this lot over here to pave it to add additional parking because we know that this isn't enough parking space.
All right. Which one should we go in first?
Let's go in A.
Okay. Very modern, sleek look.
And the covered entryway is a really great touch.
I agree. So we go in. Do have a coat closet right here. Come on in there, Monique. And then it just opens up to your living room area.
And I love, love, love the windows. So it's
Dining
a lot of
area.
windows, a lot of lighting. And this is luxury vinyl plank flooring and it's very light. So that not only opens up the room, it just makes it feel larger. And in addition, if you point up to the ceiling, you have the recessed lighting throughout. And these are 9-foot ceilings. So I'm tall, taller than Sir is, and I feel very short in here.
No, so one thing, as you mentioned about the windows, the electricity is not on right now, but it is bright in here.
Yeah.
It is not dimly lit or anything like that. Just imagine when you have the lights on, how bright it will be in here. And your favorite part?
Yes. My favorite part is I love, love, love this covered porch. Just imagine, you occupying one side, you can screen it in. Just a nice chill spot.
And I love it because I'm a low maintenance kind of guy. Obviously, clear up the backyard a little bit, but it's not much yard to take care of. So low maintenance, don't have to worry about it. You do have a porch area that you can screen in. Just relax.
And this too has, if you could point out, you have the lighting here and it's already wired for a ceiling fan.
So you have the recessed lighting and the ceiling fan. Now that is rare because typically in porches, you just have the wiring for the ceiling fan and it has lights, but you already have the recessed lighting as well.
So really great touches.
Yes.
They paid attention to everything. And that's that half bath that you forgot about.
The half bath that I forgot about. And going into the kitchen. Now the granite, you see the granite countertops, it is covered right now because we are in a construction zone right now.
So, and even if you're in here, whether it's a single person or somebody coming in with a family, there's enough space in here to move around, have the little ones running through, natural lighting coming in. So I love this. They really paid attention to the small details.
The subway tile backsplash. The modern cabinets, you have backsplash on this side as well. Just how everything ties in. You have the chrome finish on the handles, the chrome accents in, and then just the sink as well.
And then a lot of you may be asking, so stove, dishwasher, things like that will be installed. Again, this is in the middle of construction. So how that works, if you see tape on the wall, you don't have to wait to take it off the market once it's completed. No matter, it's going to be done, and you still get an inspection come through, and this is to be inspected. This is the process for all new construction.
This is the norm. We go through new construction homes, I would say almost daily, and to some people that you may not be familiar with the process, this will scare you away because most people only see the finished product. But like anything, it is a process. This is the first full bath. See
and
the
that's
vanity.
A good size bathroom.
Good size bathroom. Vanity, tub, shower combo, granite in the vanity. And it carries along the same finishes as the kitchen. Going into bedroom number 1.
So nice size room. You want to get in the closet space. And then also, the reason why we wanted to highlight this opportunity. So this is a duplex, right? You live in one side, rent out the other, where you're essentially paying little to nothing.
Yeah, I think we did the math. It was anywhere from
less than $1,200 a month.
Less than $1,200, about $1,200 or $1,000 a month to own a home and be able to
accidental landlord.
I'm gonna say become an accidental landlord and be able to just increase your portfolio when you buy your first home or your next home. This is bedroom number 2. Now this one is a little smaller than bedroom number 1. It can be a good office or a good space for a smaller child or a nursery. And you still get the high ceilings on the second story as well.
Which isn't always the case because most places will do 9-foot ceilings on the main level on the first floor, but transition to 8-foot ceilings on the second floor. But they carry the 9-foot throughout. So again, that just adds, value and makes the space feel larger.
Most definitely. And we just passed the laundry room. Now, typically in homes this size, you have a laundry closet.
Yep.
You actually have a laundry room where you can fit the washer and dryer and do some folding and stuff in there. That is the primary suite bathroom. Let's go in here and then we will.
Before we go to the bathroom, let's highlight at the top.
Yes.
Again, recessed lighting flows upstairs as well, which is not seen always. And this room is also already pre-wired for a ceiling fan.
Most definitely.
So really good touches. And I love the window in the closet.
We'll get to the closet in 1 second. And again, natural light. We don't have the recessed lightings on, or obviously the ceiling fan's not installed, but look at this room. It is bright in here.
A lot of light. I love it.
Now we're going into the closet.
And if you like me, I never know what I'm going to wear. I always have a dilemma. I need the light in. It just gives me life in the closet. I don't know.
See, you need to get like me. You don't wear black. You're going to wear black. I have the same shorts, just multiple pair of them, one brand of t-shirts, and just keep it going. Now we are about to go look at unit B. Again, it's going to be very similar. It's going to be exactly the same, just flipped opposite.
I don't think we have to play B. I mean, we can let them see it.
Now we did the math. Right now they're asking $480. I'm gonna put Ebony on the spot. $480 was 3.5%.
So 3.5% of 480 is going to be 16,800. And even though we can negotiate the purchase price down, we did the math, so we think that it's going to be better with rates right now toggling around 7% to get up. We can get up to 6% depending on the loan type and buy down your rate. So that way you're having a cheaper overall payment and it makes your portion less monthly. So you could possibly own this home for less than $1,200 a month. So that's a really good deal.
Now you say 6%, that's 6% seller concessions, right?
6% seller concession, okay. Yes.
So as opposed to lowering the price, we get money to help pay for the closing costs or even buy down the rate, like you mentioned, to lower the payment every single month.
Absolutely. So on $480,000, 6% is $28,800. So lowering the price by $28,000, I think that'll save them somewhere around $80 to $120 for quick math, right?
Yep.
But using that same amount to buy down the interest rate will save you hundreds of dollars a month, somewhere around $400 to $500. Would you say?
Yes.
So I think that's going to be the better option, and that's what we always try to explain to our clients is.
It's not about
the rate.
It's not about the biggest thing is a lot of people get hung up with the price, which I get it. Price matters. Mm-hmm. However, when you do the math and we sit down and do it,
pay the $480, get like $29,000 in seller concession, you buy down the rate. Let's say $28,000 can get you from a 7% down to what, a 5, maybe in the 4s.
Yeah, I was gonna say low 5s.
Yeah. So and that's really what's going to impact your payment. So make sure you comment your questions down below. If you're interested in coming out and seeing this property, we want you to comment the word tour. So, we will jump in your DMs, we'll set something up and get you out here to see it. Guys, don't let this amazing opportunity pass you by. We understand that rates are high right now, so this is a way to combat that. You getting 2 properties, 2 homes for the price of one.
Because in the Charlotte area, the median price is right around $400,000, and we're talking this is $480.
This is $480.
And you get 2 homes.
You're getting 6 bedrooms, 6 baths. So you live in one side, you rent out the other, and there's multiple things that you can do. So there's no HOA here.
Yep.
With the additional side, you can do long-term rental where you know for sure you have someone locked in for a year, or you can do short-term rental. There's so many options, but either way, it's an amazing opportunity.
And we talked about the plans for them paving the side lot for more parking. So we already thought about that ahead of time. Reach out to us, as Embernique said, comment tour, and we look forward to bringing you this opportunity and others in the future, as well as sharing with you other ways in which we can make or construct more affordable deals. Because great deals in this market aren't found, they're created. So let us help you create those deals.
Yes, and if you like this option to where we're going out and doing live tours, where we're bringing exclusive opportunities to you, I can't get it out. Let us know, and we'll continue to go out and do this. And we also want you guys to come out and meet us. So we'll start posting. Just be on the lookout. If we're going to go to a property to do a pop up, we'll post them. Let's say no later than Wednesday. So just check Wednesday.
But this is the caveat. Join our Empower 50 community because you'll get first access there. They get exclusive content, deals. We notify them first, and then it goes to the general public.
Absolutely.
So find us on Facebook, Empower 50. We look forward to helping you.
Let's get this thing sold. Let's get a first time. I would love to see a first time homeowner in here just to change your life, to change your family's life, and let's build some wealth.
Let's do it.
First thing first, I gotta stop wearing black. Like
it's not rubbing off on you. You don't gotta fight it. You don't have to fight it.
Yeah, and everybody who has signed up for Empower 50, check your emails because you do have in your spam folder an invite to our exclusive Facebook group. So we're sending out exclusive deals, and to the people in our inner circle, you're going to get access to those things first.
And also, we want to put you in contact with our network of people, credit counselors, just different people that are in our orbit that can help you and just educate yourself, and then also put you in position to help others as well. That has been, even me personally, beneficial on our journey to where we are right now. Whether it is buying our first home or buying investment properties, we all had assistance, and we want to be that resource for you. So follow, or do you have the link to the page? Actually, they got to join Empower 50. I can put the job for them, and then they'll get access to the Facebook group. Hold on.
So anybody who's in Empower 50, if you attended our home buying seminar on October 26th, and this is streaming to my Facebook page. So anybody who has attended my previous home buying seminars, you'll get access to that as well. And Sir will send it out to his clients as well. So that way you're in one network. You have access to us. You get exclusive opportunities. I can't get out. We're going to give it to you first because remember, we only come here once a week, so you're going to get updates.
And if it's up to her, she's going to be late every time she comes because she was late today.
I was not late today. I've been downstairs.
Downstairs is not in the office.
I got in here at 7:06.
Yeah. Barbara asked, "What happens when people don't do Facebook?"
Barbara,
you got to join Facebook. You don't got to be all public and everything. You got to show your face and everything, but just get a Facebook account.
IG have groups? Do they?
I'm not sure.
Me either.
Sure. Barbara, Martin might know if he's still watching. But no, thank you all for rocking with us tonight, talking to us about the election. I know it's taboo, you're not supposed to talk about politics and everything like that. So thank you for indulging and engaging with us. If you
this is the real on real estate, like real raw conversation.
It is. Well, I'm really glad that this is coming to an end, most definitely. Because I've been hearing again the past 2 months, like, oh, what about the election? And then also I'm guilty of it too, because I'm always concerned about what the Fed's going to do. Well, the Fed lowered rates but yet mortgage rates shot up. So that's why, like you said, you're correct. You buy a home when it's right for you. If you're waiting for some external circumstance or external thing to happen, it may or may not happen, but the consequences of it happening may not be what you want. Like nobody thought that Fed will drop the federal funds rate and mortgage rates will shoot up, right? So, Allie, what's going on?
Hey, Allie.
Have you taken care of Allie?
How you mean taking care of Allie?
Are you helping Allie? Allie, let me know if she's not, doing what she should be doing.
Are you helping Allie?
I
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I said let me know so I can help. Facebook, yeah, a lot of people are crazy on Facebook. And so I have to say this real quick while she says that. I get a lot of people messaging me on Facebook or Instagram. And again, there's a lot of people that are crazy. So please tell me that it's about real estate or you saw me here or there, because a lot of them just go right to like the spam or the request folder, and
Yeah.
I don't pay attention. I'm not gonna lie. So unless it has like real estate like in the first line or so, you might not hear back from me. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just there are some crazy people that be on those platforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And then speaking of Allie, True Homes has a community I wasn't even aware of in Mount Holly. So I'm actually going by there tomorrow for a few people who's
Which community?
What is it called? Hold on. They sent me an email about some off-market stuff. Really beautiful homes too.
In Mount Holly, True Homes? It's not
Yes.
Arbordale. Arbordale sold out.
No. Mm-mm. I gotta find it. It's in my email.
But True Homes is people not familiar with the builder. It is a spec builder, but you can customize their homes in a way that is quite unique. Moreland Oaks, that is correct. You are look at you, Allie. Yeah.
Yes.
That is correct. I really do like True Homes. Their quality value perspective is up there. And we have a builder.
About it. How do you like it? You think it's close enough to the interstate for you?
We actually came from a builder today. When we talk about value and just the value and energy efficiency and what you get in a home, being able to predict what your energy costs are going to be every single month is something that is welcome, because you don't because living up north, living in other parts of the country, and even here, certain builders, your energy costs can fluctuate drastically depending on the month. This builder is very energy efficient and is like to a T. Within $5 to $10, you know what your energy costs should be and will be every single month. And we're going to bring those opportunities to you more frequently, because I partnered up with them. So we're just going to bring those properties and opportunities to you so you can be aware and not only save money on monthly payment. Are we helping you get lower interest rates and all that, but save money monthly based on energy costs. That's an expense that we often overlook when we talk about buying a home, and why that newer home may be more expensive than that resale home, because you have to understand that it may be more expensive on paper, but that older window, that older HVAC system in that resale home is going to cost you. It may cost you every single month. You just don't see it tangibly right now. So we're going to touch on those things and just the value that this builder brings. Anything you want to say, Nadia?
No, I would just say stay tuned. So I have a few tours. I'm going out to Greenville tomorrow, so I'm going to make that worthwhile. I'm going to go by a few of their new home communities.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina.
I will talk. I'm talking to you. I need to hit up Samantha.
And for all my prayer warriors out there, y'all pray for me, because that's why I want to open my office now.
No, time out. We are going to pray, right? But it's not about where you want to open it. Like, it's going to happen. We're opening up an office in Greenville, right? So it's just timing.
Yeah, that is timing.
It's
It
just
is.
timing. We're gonna
It's
open.
gonna happen.
Yeah. Nah, so that's just the first one, right? First one.
Mhm. Let me borrow your camera for when I go tomorrow.
I'll give you one.
I want that new one.
All right. I'll have a good night, everyone. Y'all have a good night, everyone. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
He's so selfish.
Look at her. She's getting ready to go on her date.
No, I'm going home. I'm tired. I told you, like I'm
Oh.
an OG. I'm
So-
ready to go to bed.
Good night. Good night. We might change the time. She's trying to change the time to 6:30 because she's an old. I don't even know what are you, Gen X?
I am a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
All right.
I'm just trying to be a 4 a.m. girly. You know, like I get up at 4 in the morning. I'm out at the gym by 5.
She did it one day. Now she's a 4. She did it one day. Today. Now she's a 4 a.m. girly.
I said I'm trying to be.
Okay.
I'm inspiring to be.
All
You know,
right.
it takes 21 days to develop a habit. So this is day 1.
Day 1. You got this. You got this. Hey, Joint, you gonna do 75 hard with me? I started today.
75 what?
75 hard.
Hard of what?
We'll talk about it. All right. Y'all have a good night.
You saw I'm not working out. No, I don't do that.
Bye.
Good night.